Welcome to Ethical Content Network, where our motto is follow the leader or be one. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, Jeff, the unqualified leader, and I appreciate that. I want to be transparent, okay? Most people that talk about leadership or most leaders, you really don't see their failures, okay? And I want to be transparent and I want to talk about a failure that I had in leadership. And I learned a lot, okay? So let's get into it. I had a dog. Yeah. German Shepherd puppy, right? Once had this German Shepherd puppy. He was about 7 weeks old when I got him. And I had big plans. Oh, big plans. I had plans. This dog was going to be a protection trained, okay? He was going to be a protection dog. He was going to be obedience trained. We were going to win titles. I was going to feed him raw. Feed him raw is when you feed him raw meat, right? Raw meat, vegetables. There's a whole lot that goes into it, okay? Bones and all that good stuff. I'm not advocating for that because there's a lot of research that went into it, as I know, because I was reading books about it, okay? I was on YouTube about it, okay? So, if you're looking to do that, my disclaimer, do your own research. I'm not an advocate. I'm not an advocate. Whatever. Is it not an advocate? Or is not an advocate make you an advocate? I don't know. So anyway, I, carry on. I was planning to breed him in the future. Oh yeah, I was gonna have German Shepherd puppies. What the kennel was gonna be named, I had no clue. But I had the research done. I read books, as I said, on the raw diet. I had training books. I had puppy books. I read history of the breed books. I got an e-collar. I watched countless videos. I signed him up for training the earliest I could. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why I did this was, yes, I was on the ball, but however, he was slightly a little terror. Okay. At 7 weeks, he was a little cute. By about 9 weeks, he was started to grow, and you could see that he was going to be a handful. So I reached out to trainers. When's the earliest? 12 weeks. Boom, signed them up. Right. So we start training. Everything's good. Okay. We get to the final test of training after 6 weeks, and we're doing some run throughs. Right. So the trainer's like, do some run throughs. See how it's feeling today. I'm like, man, all right. I mean, he don't really need it, but all right. So we do some run throughs, right? Everything's good. He's healing, right? He's looking up at me. He's obeying my commands. He's on point. And trainer said, we're live. We're live. Right? So I'm like, yeah, man, we got this, bro. I know you saw what we just did. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, do we even got to do this test? Man, as soon as we take our first walk live, for real, this dog starts biting on the leash. He's tugging on it. He's dragging it. It's a whole thing. He finally got it together a little bit. I'm pretty sure the trainer passed that part because he knew his dog was a handful. He was getting older, and he was probably just kind of like, yeah, he's good. He's good. I think he was a little tired of seeing him, right? So this time's going on. I have all these big plans, right? I'm talking about it. I think I'm being about it. But at about 6 months of age, he had to go back to the breeder. And the reason why he had to go back to the breeder is because he snapped on two people in the house, growled at him and snapped at him. Was he a bad dog? No. Did he have bad nerves? No. He actually had great nerves. Me and him were in a couple situations outside going on for walks that showed me that he had great nerves. He was bred correctly. What happened? Some might say, what happened? I failed him. That's what happened. I failed the dog. I failed him. Animals, I've learned after this, all of this thinking and all of this insight that I have, I didn't have it at the time. But I started to realize that animals have an innate ability to view true leadership, right? He didn't care about the plans I had. He didn't care about what books I read, what classes we took. They know what's fair, and they know what fair feels like. If you overreact, they know you overreacted. If you correct them fairly, they know that you correct them fairly. They can take, you can't talk an animal into convincing them that you're the alpha. No. You can't talk them into it. You have to show and prove. You have to show and prove. I was exposed, and I let them down. I was exposed and I let them down. And it was tough, you know. After I sat back, after he was gone, and he was back with the breeder, which was very good, you know. I was happy that she was able to take him back, and, you know, she had a place for him and all, but I failed him. And that was possibly one of the biggest failures that I've had, because I really had to eat it. I really had to sit there and take it. And it made me a better person. It made me a better leader. And it made me realize that leadership is not about plans, although it is good to plan as a leader. It's not about talking, although it is good to, you know, be able to communicate your plans or your vision. But above all else, if you have all of those other things, it's cool. But above all else, you have to be true to yourself. Gotta be true to yourself. If you aren't true to yourself, you know, people, you know, well, I think the saying is you can fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. Well, when it comes to animals, you can't fool animals. If you aren't the alpha, if you don't have a clear vision, if you're not fair in your corrections, you overcorrect, you undercorrect. They don't care about how you talk it. They want to see you walk it. I mean, you gotta admit, that right there was pretty good. It's pretty good. But you have to be true to yourself, and you have to be innately a good quality leader. Now, with that being said, I don't believe you have to be an alpha to be a good leader, because I don't necessarily consider myself an alpha, right? But I think you have to own it, and you have to be yourself, and you have to be staunch, and you have to be unwilling to back off. You have to be unwilling to back off and to back down. You have to be intentional. So please, if you take nothing else, remember, this is uneducated advice. If you take nothing else from any of this, I need you to do one thing for me. Please. One thing. Keep it ethical.